Something very bad is happening with Rihanna and Jay-Z. He's in trouble, bruh. Not rumor mill trouble, real trouble. The kind that makes billionaires nervous, lawyers rich, and headlines drop at midnight. LVMH just made a move nobody expected. Rihanna's old losses got recycled like yesterday's trash, and Jay-Z's name keeps popping up in too many courtrooms at once.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
I ain't saying it's over, but something ain't adding up. So I'm just making this quick video to share my thoughts and hear yours too. Let's talk about it. Alright, first red flag, LVMH, the luxury giant. The same company that partnered with Rihanna to build Fenty Beauty from the ground up. Now they talking about selling their 50% stake. Huh? LVMH don't just sell stakes. They move when they know something we don't. This ain't no rumor. This came straight from Reuters. So you already know it's real. They say the company's exploring options, but that's billionaire code for get me out quietly before the ship leaks. And look, Fenty Beauty made around $450 million last year. So why pull out now?
Why?
That's what's weird. A $1 billion brand don't get dropped for fun, fam. It could mean two things. Either LVMH see something ugly coming, lawsuits, audits, reputational heat, or they just tired of the Roc Nation chaos orbiting Jay-Z and Rihanna. Cause let's be real, the Roc Nation circle's been looking like a courtroom reunion lately.
Y'all know what's going on, and so do I.
Desiree Perez, Spiro, Nicki beefing, Jay-Z fighting paternity cases. All them names keep crossing in the same paperwork. So if I'm LVMH, I'm looking at that and saying, yo, this ain't good optics. You think the world's biggest luxury group want to be tied up in that web? Nah, they clean, they French, they subtle. They don't like headlines that smell like courtrooms and conspiracy. That's why this move feels deeper than business. It's a message. When a giant like LVMH starts stepping back from Rihanna, that's not shade, that's survival. And I'm telling you, the timing of it all lines up too perfectly with Jay-Z's legal mess. Maybe this ain't about Fenty failing. Maybe it's about who Fenty's tied to. Now here's where it gets even messier. Out of nowhere, they start pushing this story saying Rihanna lost $36 million on a fashion line from 5 years ago.
How? Hold on, bro.
Why the hell would that pop up today unless somebody wanted it to? Think about it. The Fenty luxury line launched back in 2019 with Louis Vuitton. It failed, sure. Most celebrity fashion lines flop, but the timings was wild. This week, right after all these Roc Nation lawsuits start heating up, media outlets randomly dust off that headline like it's brand new. Oh no, Rihanna's business collapsing.
Do you see me f***ing laughing, my nigga?
Man, stop. That's distraction marketing 101. See, when billionaires take hits, they don't send press releases. They send stories. They change the narrative. And this one feels like damage control for somebody way bigger than Rihanna. Jay-Z's name was already popping in too many filings that week. You flood the net with a money loss story on Rihanna and boom, people stop asking questions about who's paying whose lawyer. Like, y'all really think Daily Mail just woke up one morning and said, hey, let's rehash a 2019 deal that's been dead since lockdowns? Nah, that's orchestration. Classic PR misdirection. While fans argue about Fenty's losses, Roc Nation's legal team out here drowning in invoices. And the media, silent about the real mess. Restraining orders, unpaid fees, partners fighting over who owes what. But you post a clickbait about Rihanna losing money, and suddenly the blogs can't stop talking. That's how you move the crowd, bruh. Drop a decoy. So yeah, she lost $36 million then, but right now, somebody else losing control. Cause every time Jay-Z's name lands in court, some random Rihanna headline pops right after. Coincidence? Nah, that's choreography. Now let's follow the paper trail. Cause the real story's not in the headlines. It's in the invoices. Jay-Z's camp been bleeding cash from every angle. Civil suits, paternity claims, defamation cases, casino losses. It's a straight up financial war zone, bruh. And who right in the middle of all that? Alex Spiro, Jay-Z's go-to lawyer. The same dude repping the Kardashians, Elon Musk, even Eric Adams, the damn mayor of New York. Guess what? That man's firm is owed millions. 4.5 million from the Eric Adams Defense Fund alone. Add the carryover fees, it's pushing almost 6 million in unpaid bills. That's not normal. That's desperation accounting. So when you got Spiro's firm waiting on millions, Jay-Z paying for multiple cases at once, and Desiree Perez dealing with her own daughter suing her, that ain't empire. That's crisis management. You can't be the boss if every lawyer on your payroll waiting for a wire transfer. Meanwhile, Beyonce's out here touring non-stop. New drops, new shows, new merch lines, and everybody calling it work ethic.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
That looks like liquidity. When the money gets tight, the machine gotta move. Somebody gotta keep the lights on. Even Eric Adams, the mayor, bro, his name floating in the same orbit. You ever notice it's always the same lawyer, the same circle, the same damn billing address? Roc Nation's like the middleman for everybody with too many lawsuits and too much pride to admit they broke. I'm not saying they broke, but they spending like they trying to hide it. And what's wild is all this legal chaos hit right after that Diddy implosion. Once those indictments and arrests started, all these hidden cracks started showing. Jay-Z's empire suddenly looking...
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
The same people who called the shots are now fighting to keep their lawyers paid. That ain't coincidence, bruh. That's karma with a calculator. Now let me break this down. There's a woman named Lily Coley, guardian of Ramir, the dude who claims Jay-Z is his pops. She just filed a restraining order against Hov. A restraining order, bruh. Not for violence, but for what she calls litigation abuse. She say Jay-Z's team playing dirty in court, running cases in 2 states at once, flooding her with motions, hearings, paperwork, all to wear her down. That's when the lawsuit itself becomes the punishment. It's like fighting a heavyweight champ. Every swing costs you money even when you block it. Lily basically said, yo, this man's using his lawyers to harass me. She ain't got Roc Nation money. She representing herself half the time. Jay side got Spiro, got firms on retainer, unlimited hours. That's not a fight. That's financial strangulation. And she wants the judge to stop it, to freeze all his side cases in Jersey while the federal one moves. And the wildest part, the blogs stay silent. No shade room posts, no TMZ coverage, nothing. They can post who unfollowed who, but not this. A billionaire accused of weaponizing the court system. That's a story, bro. And soon as this filing hit the internet, Nicki Minaj jumped in. Yeah, she said, see, this is what I've been talking about. Desiree Perez, Jay-Z, Roc Nation, all of them playing the same game. Everybody called her crazy last month. Now she looked like the only one telling the truth. So what we got here ain't just lawsuits, it's legal warfare. The process itself is the weapon. When you got endless cash, you don't need to win. You just make the other side too broke to keep fighting. That's how you bury people in silence. All right, now, let's talk about the queen, Beyonce. Because everybody out here saying she's just working hard, but I'm starting to think she's working overtime to keep this whole empire from sinking. Look at the pattern. Every time Roc Nation take a hit, B got a new tour, a new album, a new drop. Renaissance, Ivy Park, perfume launch, movies, vinyls. She moving like a one-woman economy. Ain't no rest for the billionaire wife, huh? And it makes sense. Somebody got to keep the lights on. Jay fighting lawsuits from 3 different directions. Roc Nation bleeding legal fees. LVMH stepping back. Bruh, somebody got to bring in the liquidity. And B, she is liquidity. Now don't get it twisted. She ain't broke. She ain't struggling. But it's wild how the timing always syncs up. 1 week Jay's name in court filings. Next week Bey got a new project dropping. Coincidence, right? Nah, that's crisis rhythm. It's almost like Beyonce's tour is the Roc Nation Relief Fund. You ever see her slow down?
I've never seen it.
Nah, bruh, not once. And people call it ambition. But sometimes ambition's just survival in designer heels. So when I see her out there selling out stadiums again, I don't just see a superstar. I see the cash engine keeping $1 billion image from crumbling. And that's what makes this whole story scary. Because if Bey ever stops, the whole system might stop too. Now this part right here, this the one that bugs me the most. How none of the big platforms talking about it. Not TMZ, not the Shade Room, not Complex. Not even them gossip pages that post every time a rapper sneezes. All quiet like it's Sunday mass. Bro, we got court documents, restraining orders, $1 million legal tabs, $1 billion exits, but they posting who unfollowed who on Instagram. Oh my God, Rihanna lost 36 million.
Are you stupid or something?
Yeah, 5 years ago, idiot. Where's the follow-up?
I've never seen.
Where's the context?
I've never seen.
It's like the whole media playing blind on purpose. The minute it's Roc Nation or Diddy or LVMH, silence. You know why? Because too many of these platforms owe favors. Too many of them tied to the same PR networks, the same brands, the same bag handlers. They not reporters, they investors protecting assets. And that's why YouTube Street's been doing more journalism than the actual journalists. Diddy exposed, Jay-Z court filings, Nicki screenshots, all coming from independent creators. Not the media you grew up trusting. That's wild, bruh. We the new CNN now. When stories this messy get quiet, it's never random. It's coordination. They flood the feed with fluff so you forget the real play. Like, hey, let's post Rihanna's outfit instead of that restraining order Jay-Z just got hit with. You can't make this up. And that's what tells me something real serious is brewing. Cause silence in Hollywood means fear. And when billion-dollar brands go mute, that's when you know the storm's coming. Now let me say this loud. Nicki Minaj tried to warn everybody. They called her crazy, bitter, emotional, the whole nine. But look what's happening now. Everything she said about Roc Nation, about Desiree Perez, about Jay-Z Circle is playing out in real time, bruh. She been talking about how these folks use power and paperwork to bully people. Everybody laughed. Now you got restraining orders, unpaid law firms, luxury brands bouncing out of deals. Ain't nothing funny no more. And remember when she called Desiree Perez out by name? People said she was tripping. Like, oh, Nicki's just starting drama again. Now Perez got her own lawsuit. Her own daughter taking her to court. That's not drama. That's divine symmetry. What's wild is the timing. Nicki starts speaking, Diddy gets locked up. Roc Nation starts unraveling, Rihanna headlines pop up. LVMH starts pulling back, all within months. That ain't coincidence. That's a shift, something spiritual even. Like the industry cleaning house one lawsuit at a time. And y'all remember how the media tried to clown her? Oh, she jealous. Oh, she mad at Megan. Oh, she's paranoid. She was observant. She saw what everybody else was scared to say. This whole Roc Nation circle built on fear, favors, and fake loyalty. So when Nicki said they blackballing people, they gaslighting artists, they covering up shady deals, now you see it. And I ain't even a bar, bruh. I'm just saying the receipts hit different when the truth finally starts looking familiar. And now that the system's cracking, all them so-called crazy people, they the ones that knew what time it was all along. All right, now it's time to zoom out. Because if you connect all these dots, this ain't just Rihanna and Jay-Z. This is everybody. Diddy, Roc Nation, LVMH, Eric Adams, the Kardashians' lawyer, all orbiting the same damn names. It's like the universe trying to expose the group chat we weren't supposed to see. Think about the order of events. Diddy gets raided, arrested, and suddenly these sealed cases start popping open. Old lawsuits get revived, judges get spicy, lawyers start leaking info, billion-dollar companies start restructuring. That's rich people panic mode. And every week since then, something new cracks. Jay-Z's paternity drama, Rihanna's Fenty headlines, Desiree's daughter suing her own mom, LVMH quietly wanting out, Eric Adams' legal debt rising by the millions. Bruh, that's not random. That's ripple effect energy. It's like whatever system they built to protect each other is glitching. The same lawyers, same insiders, same PR spin. Now they can't control it no more. Power don't vanish overnight. It leaks out slowly through court documents and unpaid invoices. And look, I'm not saying every rumor's true. I'm saying the pattern is. When you start seeing billionaires panicking over paper, luxury giants diving for the exit, and celebrities looking nervous on camera, something bad's brewing behind the curtain. This all feels like a correction, bruh. Like karma moving through the industry repo style. Everybody thought the storm was Diddy. Nah, that was just the thunderclap before the flood. The real wave is what's happening now, and it's only gonna get louder. Cause once the cracks start showing, you can't paint over them with Fenty foundation. So let's bring it back to the queen herself, Rihanna. Cause I know some of y'all gonna say, bruh, she's a billionaire, she fine. But even billionaires can take hits when the ground starts shaking under their partners. Best case, LVMH just divested in a clean house. Maybe they want to refocus, tighten books, distance from chaos. Cool. Rihanna keeps her stake, finds a new buyer, keeps Fenty pushing. We all clap, no harm done. But worst case, this ain't about cosmetics. It's about confidence. When a power brand like LVMH pull back, every investor side eyes you. Banks slow down. Boardrooms start whispering. Maybe she's distracted. Maybe the brand peaked. Maybe Jay-Z drama's too close. That's how momentum dies, not overnight, quietly. And if Fenty's valuation drops even a little, it shakes her net worth. Remember, she's rich on paper, not cash. That billion's mostly equity. You drop the brand's value, her Forbes number takes a haircut. And once headlines call your empire unstable, it's hard to rebrand that. So yeah, she might smile, post a few pics, play it cool, but you can tell this move shook the room. Billionaires don't lose partners for no reason, bruh. Still, don't get it twisted, Rihanna a hustler. If anybody can pivot, it's her. She turned motherhood, makeup, and music retirement into a money-printing lifestyle. But this chapter, it's gonna test how strong her foundation really is and how deep that Roc Nation connection goes. Cause if this fallout keeps spreading and LVMH step away for good, she might have to choose, protect the brand or protect the bond. And that's a decision no billionaire wants to make. You know what this whole situation remind me of? Money look powerful till it start moving like quicksand. The higher you climb, the faster it swallows you when the ground gets soft. All these folks we grew up seeing as icons, Jay-Z, Rihanna, Diddy, all them. Turns out they fighting the same demons regular people do. Stress, debt, bad partnerships, snakes in the circle. The only difference is their mistakes got commas. I think the real lesson here, money don't buy peace. It just buys lawyers. And peace don't live in luxury brands or Forbes lists. It live in transparency, in truth. You can't build forever on secrets, bruh. Eventually, the cracks show. So yeah, something bad is happening with Rihanna, and Jay-Z might be in deeper than we realize. But maybe that's what the universe doing right now, exposing the fake power so real people can see what success really cost. I ain't rooting for nobody to fall. I'm rooting for people to wake up, because every time one of these stories drop, it reminds us, protect your name, protect your peace, and never let the bag own you. What you think, fam? Is Rihanna just caught in the crossfire, or is she part of the game? Drop your thoughts below, because I'm trying to see how y'all read this one. And if you like this breakdown, you already know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe, and watch the one that just popped up on your screen. I'll see you on the next one. Panda out.